Basketball season has returned.
It's been a long time. Been a long time coming. It's life or death with me, man.
Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports fans. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan alongside. Now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And guys, what do you think we'll be seeing from Dwight Howard in this one?
Tell you what, he takes a lot of punishment inside. When Howard gets the ball in deep because of his difficulties at the free throw line.
And he's a devastator to throw it down. He's a former dunk contest champ, Steve, so you give him a chance to do that, he'll make you part of his highlight reel. Well, you know, guys, the Houston fans could be forgiven for not having heard of Umir Ashik when the Rockets signed him as their starting center a season ago. He was a second-round pick out of Turkey in '08, a backup in Chicago, but he's quickly shown himself to be a key piece of this promising young core.
Bledsoe gets to Green. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Harden the pass to Beverly. Back to Harden. There's the dish to Howard. And Parsons kicks to Beverly. From deep, Harden. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Dragic against Harden. Into Green. And stolen by Howard. Parsons on the wing. Takes the three. Houston gets it back. Harden kicks to Howard. Second chance shot. And the basket good. On defense, Houston. And you have to give the Rockets credit for going after Ashik, a player who never averaged more than 15 minutes a game in Chicago, a restricted free agent with the Bulls, and became a very important part for the Rockets.
Well, they clearly saw something special with Ashik. He's a great rebounder and defender, uses his body, understands angles, and plays that verticality really well as a defensive center.
Beverly dishes to Harden. Pass to Howard. The fadeaway. And that one's good. Howard's got his second basket. So it's Phoenix now, trailing by 2. Bledsoe passes to Dragic. A nice shot by Tucker. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, 5 times already the lead has changed.
A nice shot by Howard.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
That's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward.
That is his first foul of the game. The drive by Green. Lays it up and banks it in. Green's got 5.
Well, you know, Jeff Hornacek, the new coach of the Phoenix Suns, a 14-year career as an NBA shooting guard, and he was terrific as a player. Spent his first 6 in Phoenix and only recently really got into coaching, starting as an assistant with the Jazz in early 2011.
Here's Parsons, and he banks in the layup.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
And Harden comes to help. Green left side. Off target from three-point range. And back to Coach Hornacek, the 16th coach in Suns franchise history. He's raised his 3 kids in Phoenix. Stevie's put down roots there. Looks like he'll like to stay for the long term.
Well, he was a tremendous player for the Suns back during the prime of his career. So this is a great fit coaching the Suns. A guy who played the game with tremendous intelligence and even field demeanor. Serve him well as a head coach.
Well, it certainly had the makings of a great story. Harden versus his old team, the Rockets coming back with a big Game 5 win. If they could get Game 6, they'd be able to force that final 7th game and maybe pull off the upset, but it wasn't meant to be.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Josh Powell is checked in for Howard. And Terrence Jones is subbed in for Omer Ashe. Phoenix making some changes. Morris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Ish Smith in for Eric Bledsoe. Smith kicks to Dragic. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Jeremy Lin. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Goran Dragic.
Obvious foul.
Well, going back to the Rockets in the postseason, a lot of people had them picked to get steamrolled. But, Steve, they put up a solid fight and really turned some heads with how they played.
Well, the easy answer was because of the Westbrook injury. That's how Houston was able to really take Oklahoma City deep into that series. But I think there's more to it than that. The Rockets have tremendous offensive firepower. I think they're gaining momentum as a franchise. And heading into this year, I think they're one of the scariest teams in the conference.
Good on the three-point shot. Rockets just got himself on the board with 3 there.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
The Suns leading. And there's the foul. It goes on Francisco Garcia. That's his first foul. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. 1:09 left in the first. Here's Morris. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Here's Beverly. The Rockets again can't hit. Suns leading by 4. Morris with the ball. Now guarded by Ashe. Now here is Morris. Covered by Ashe. Got a piece of it. 6 to shoot. Morris kicks to Fry. A baseline J. And it's sent back by Howard. Rockets trail by 4. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Can't get it to go.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Here is Harden. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Suns.
Now, they didn't waste any time getting into a groove out there. They're dialed in from long range.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
So on the floor for Houston, it's Ashe paired up in the front court with Howard. Beverly and Harden man the backcourt, and it's Parsons in the small forward position. And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Kevin, as everyone knows, the Houston Rockets landed the big free agent signing of the summer in Dwight Howard, and perhaps no one had a bigger role in that than Rockets forward Chandler Parsons. The two didn't know each other especially well a year ago, but Parsons called and texted Dwight every day, answering questions and selling Dwight on his chance to win with the Rockets. Chandler even changed his agent to Howard's agent early on. Guys, they've become friends, and certainly no one more excited to have D12 in a Rockets jersey than Chandler Parsons.
They could make a great tandem. Thanks, Doris.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it. You know, it's no secret around the league, guys, that the Suns either have one of the best medical staffs in the game or they've built their practice facility by the fountain of youth. More evidence of that came when Jermaine O'Neal found new tread on his well-worn tire. He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
He feeds it to Beverly. And it's off from three-point range. Suns lead by 4. Well, Clark, as you said, a lot of the players that left the Suns last season, such as Steve Nash and Grant Hill, had trouble keeping their health up. And Steve, I don't know, you've been in that organization. Whatever they are to change here, poked loose. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
That was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
And it's good. Plumlee's got 4 this quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Jeremy Lin. That is his first foul of the game. And Bledsoe, here we go. It's deflected. It's stolen by Jones.
You could see he had his eye out for that pass the whole way, anticipated, got himself in position, and made the steal. Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
Harden hits them both.
You look at Harden's career, he was a gifted scorer at Arizona State, but with a slow start in his rookie season, with 2 of the best players in the league in Oklahoma City, people seem to forget that he's always been a player who can light it up.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here. Because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
Well, that's how you send it. 2 hands and hammer it down.
And James Harden, the first ever draft pick by the Oklahoma City Thunder after the move from Seattle, certainly. To see him go so soon in his NBA career as he was reaching stardom had to be tough for fans. For his team.
I agree wholeheartedly there, Kevin. And think of all the fans who wore fake beards on their faces, even buildings in OKC with beards adorning them. So Harden wasn't just a great player. His image was almost a mascot for the team as well.
Well, look at Steve. He's got the fake Harden beard on right now next to us. I mean, geez.
Beard the beard.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, for the Houston Rockets, a remarkable rebuild process since 2009. They remained around a 500 team, trading for draft picks and young prospects, preserving cap space, and acquiring the elite talents of James Harden and Dwight Howard. They've become, once again, a contender in the West. Kevin, this is a young team poised to make some real noise.
The story of the offseason, no question. Thank you, Doris. Outside, Lin. Houston moving it around. Nailed from three-point land. Lin's got 5 now.
Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, the shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up. Well, coming off his impressive showing in the 2012 playoffs, last season, really a breakout season for the dynamic Eric Bledsoe.
Is Smith, he's checked in.
Ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Rockets trailed by 4. And Clark, going back to Bledsoe, we knew how tough he could be at the defensive end of the floor, but his progress offensively. You know, Steve, I thought that really turned a lot of heads of GMs around the NBA when he was taking the place of the injured Chris Paul.
Yeah, early in his career, you could back off him defensively. He didn't have a lot of confidence in his shot, but he improved there, and he's such an amazing athlete that he has the ability to play make, to get into the paint and create havoc for the defense.
Nice shot by Smith.
Now they're
not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they? Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
To the inside. Here's Harden on the wing. Here's the three. Another miss by Harden.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
And stolen by Parsons. And here we go. It's taken away by Smith. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. The feed to Morris. Smith for three. And it's blocked by Harden.